Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Hello. Hey, Shantuda. Let me test, bro. I haven't even given up the notifications. They have come immediately. Hello. I'm just testing the sound right now. I can show a live view. I am not sharing anything else, right? Yeah, I'm not sharing anything else. I can show a live view. Let me close this. Yeah, so hello, hello, hello. Testing. Hello. How is this quality? Is it crisp? Is it better? Hello, hello, testing. There's a little bit of something somewhere. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll put the expanded gain to a lot low. Yeah. So it picks up a lot of, yeah. Okay. There's a background thrash type song which I don't like, which I'm thinking. Hello. I'm gonna. Hello, this is better. That I have actually a bad throat, but I don't think it's that bad also that it's মানে এতটা খারাপ শোনাবে প্রথম নয় গলায় ব্যাং ঢুকে গেছে it feels this is better. The mid tones I'm gonna reduce just a lot and the high tones I'm gonna reduce it. Okay, hello, this is better now. Effect is like that. I'm জানি বুঝতে পারছি but there's a bass noise somewhere which I don't know how to reduce. I think it has to be in the expander or in the gate. Hmm. Hello. এখন ঠিক আছে, right? Now this is a lot better, correct? So basically what I'm saying is this is OBS, and OBS 3-band equalizer. This is an inbuilt equalizer, which I think. And basically noise suppression ache because of my NVIDIA this thing. I messed up something with this 3. Mm. Now it looks fine, I think. It, okay. Okay, so the sound gain is also good. It's not bad. Okay, the sound gain is also good. It's not that bad. And what we can do here is put up a little bit of gain. This is 100% gain. So we can put up a little bit of gain from here. Sound up omega low. We'll put a little bit gain to 4, 5. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the overall gain came down a lot. So that is what I don't want. So maybe this is 0 for now. So let's go to compressor. The compressor needs to gain a little bit more, but on the below threshold, yeah. So if I speak low, it should still go high, correct? That is what I'm exactly looking for. Sound volume is a lot lower, but I think we can put a little bit gain here. Ratio to okay. This is fine because I'm like if I shout hello, hello, that also will not go in the red zone now. And I'm speaking very softly right now, and still it's in the. So what I want to do is when I speak softly, I want to land on the yellow zone. That is what I want. So this is what I want here on the limiter. So I'm going to limit a little bit. Hmm. Hello. Yeah. Okay, okay. So I still want to land on the minus 15 to 10 dB. So for that, do I have to go on the other side? I need to check now. Do I need to land on the other side? No, I think I have to land on the other side. Yeah, okay. The compressor is fine, but I do want to output gain a little bit more. So this still goes fine, and I land on this part here. Hello is right, but when you're speaking in speed, it gets mumbled sometimes, yeah. Okay, so I think now it is fine. I think this is fine now, where I still land on between minus 15 and 10. So how is this quality now? I'm feeling we have to put a little bit more gain, 5.7. That is what I'm thinking about. Ah, hmm. But say, take screenshots. Uh, let's just say I want to take a video of this. Okay. So that this is 5.7 noise suppression RNN. This is this expander compressor. This thing right here. Cool. Hope it actually saved in my Yeah, okay. Cool. I think now that setting is done, we can quickly go back to the face and I'll quickly put out some promotions. Uh, just 1 second. I'm gonna lower the volume of music a little bit more because I feel it's a little high. And yeah, so now basically I think this is better. Okay. And we can keep the chat here. With your external mic, check if cable is having any issue. Sometimes the cables are loose, but now not right now. It was mainly my settings because I messed up the settings a lot. Because I had to reinstall Linux and all that. So I messed up the settings. Before that, on the first streams, it was quite good, quite better. But yeah, best thing is if you have Windows, the best thing is NVIDIA Broadcast, which is not supported here. So that's a pain, honestly. So okay, before everything, I'm gonna no today it is fine. Yeah, thanks. Okay. चलो थैंक यू यार बहुत हेल्पफुल है I will quickly put out some promotions and type pro. Okay, so here it is, just put in our stuff. Okay, so let's put in linking a little bit. I don't know if putting it in all the groups are okay because yeah, why not? I mean, why not, right? And how's it going with you? How is Monday? I had a very not hectic but boring Monday, honestly. Stupid work I had. Stupid work in the sense like time taken, bookkeeping work, basically, not something interesting. So that is why I say stupid work. Deleting comments? No, why? It's okay. You don't have to delete comments. Also, you should be the moderator. See, you are the moderator of the chat now, buddy. So you're a standard moderator where if somebody else is saying something wrong, you stop them. Anyways. Okay, so I think we're done here. I have to find ways to actually promote this channel because yeah, I mean, your idea is good and it's correct also. People generally don't want to look at like live stream. They want to more look at a video at their own time. But yeah, let's see. I haven't thought about when I'm gonna do that, but it takes time actually, because I just cannot give a complete yeah. It will be huge because it's gonna be weeks of work, right? So every day, even if I do for 3 hours and for let's say 5 weekends, right? 5 weekends, matlab 2 days, 10, 3 hours, 30 hours video, right? That is gonna be a real giant pain. So I have to think of something which is more ergonomical. It says, okay, like, you know. But anyways, okay. I think I have to edit the video. Yes, got the alert. Acha. Nice. I didn't think they actually give out alerts and all that. But let me just put in some tags. Show more. So where are tags? Where are tags? So tags is LeetCode, Java, interview preparation, data structures, algorithm, and then you will have something called problem solving. FAANG भी डाल देता हूँ as a keyword, but yeah. Okay, cool. I think we can get started. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. We spent quite a bit of time to fix the mic. I hope the volume and everything is correct now. And you can hear me good. It's clear. There's no background noise. Previously also there was no background noise because I have put on a lot of filters, pop filters, and like both hardware and this filter, like software filters. But yeah, there was some kind of a background noise picked up when I was talking. I think it is mostly because of the expander, because if I say speak a little bit low, I want to pick up that also and expand it. So I have an expander filter which I think is also expanding the background noise. It gets triggers by my voice, but then also picks up the background thing. But I hope now it's clear and crisp. Maybe I also put up a chat on the... Wait, why is my live stream? Okay, my live stream is back. Okay, I think mix and match first, record then live stream. That is what I think I should be doing now. But yeah, just give me a quick second here and I'll just put another stuff here on WhatsApp and see if anybody is interested in joining. So let's delete the old one. Let's put up text saying circle. Live at. Paste it. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So I am... So we are live. I'm gonna put my phone on silent for now. Okay, cool. And today, what are we doing? So today, as you can see on the thumbnail, we are basically doing a algorithm session, as I mentioned. So usually on office days and weekdays, I'm pretty tired after office work, where I still want to do something. And that is why I feel that I'll be doing algorithm work more on post office days. Okay. Just gotta retweet this shit. Yeah, assemblies. So this is, I'm pretty sure, from his GitHub repo. But yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. So we can get started. So I didn't do today's problem of the day. So let's see if we can actually do the problem of the day. Maximum number of words you can type. So there is a multifunctioning keyboard where some keys do not work. All the other keys on the keyboard work properly. Malfunctioning keyboard, where I hate this thing which LeetCode did, where you have just like, if I select something, it tells you exactly, like it gives a pop-up. I feel it's bad UX because it's annoying, because like I'm reading the problem, immediately my eye goes there. But anyways, like UX is shit nowadays for every other company, for every other... I was thinking Amplify, what else in getting by, so given a string text of words separated by a single space, and no leading or trailing spaces, and a string of broken letters of all the distinct letters that are broken, return the number of words in the text that you can fully type using this keyboard. Given a string text of words separated by a single space, no leading or trailing spaces, and a string broken letters of which all distinct letters that are broken, and return the number of words in the text that you can fully type using this keyboard. Okay, so as an example, you cannot do word because of the fact that because it has D. Okay, so you can just do frequency stuff, right? You can just see how many words are broken. how many things are broken, and if that particular thing is there in your broken letters, it means that you cannot do stuff. Sorry. So one thing I quickly want to say, text consists of words separated by a single space without any leading. Okay, each word consists of only lowercase English letters. Yeah, so it's only lowercase English letters, which means two things. So we can simply use an array for a frequency, like a set. That understanding, we don't have to do frequency, actually just a lookup is fine. So we can use an array of 26 length because it's all small characters, but we can also be a little memory efficient and say that we're going to do a bit mask or a bit set, and we are just going to take a number because number has 32 bits, and we can just say, okay, use that to figure out if the thing is present on, right? So that is one thing that we can do. And we can split this using space. That would give us array of strings, or we can sorry, or we can just keep iterating and say that, okay, can do. At a certain point, you can only say that, okay, I'm just gonna start over when it's this. So I feel with the text length being 10 to the power 4, maybe it's okay to actually use and split a node. Right, that is something that I feel that we can simply do. So let's actually do this part. Okay, so what is it called? Maximum number of words you can type. Okay. It also says here, oh, static analysis check. Oh, this is something good. But I mean, it's still annoying that keeps popping up. I would rather have a button on which I click and that gives me an option to do something. If it gives a pop-up, it's already a no for me. Okay, cool. So here, as I can see, it's not really a big deal. So text split, I'm gonna say text. Okay. And here, string words is this. Okay, so string word of words, and then I'm just gonna say you iterate over this thing. So character ch word dot to character. What do you say? So we have to first create our bit set, right? So let's say int mask, not mask. What can it be called? Shit, how can I forget what it's called? Let's open ChatGPT. And ChatGPT has become really slow once I have taken down this thing. One is bit mask. What is the other name? Bit field? What is it called? I keep forgetting. Bit field to aa hi jayega. It's probably a bit field, yeah. It's probably a bit field. Can you be a little fast? Okay, never mind. So let's just call it bit field is basically 0, right? So for ch awesome, can you actually do if character dot letter is C? Of course, no, I don't want to do that. I already know it's gonna be that. Okay. What I do want to do is, so C minus 97, this is going to be the offset, right? This is going to be the offset because I offset to 0 now. And once I offset to 0, I'm simply going to say, set it to 1. So bit set, sorry, 1 left shift by offset, bit field, or this thing, bit field is equal to this. Yeah. So now what I'm gonna do is int offset is this. So now I'm gonna say bit field right shift offset and 1 if this is equal to 1. You simply break out of here. Okay, and what we can say here is boolean consider false. Sorry, let's make it true. So here you can say consider is false. If consider count plus plus and consider, you don't have to make anything out of here because you already reset it here, and then you can simply return count, and count is 0. That should be your solution. Bit field, yeah, it's called bit field. Okay. Let's move this here. Let's move this here. It's wrong answer. Awesome. What you're talking about? What are you talking about? Wait, did I do a mistake here? How is that an issue? That's not an issue. Why is it saying 0? Okay. System out printf. Then the character and then a new line. Okay. So here I'm gonna do the word and then ch. And what particular thing I want to see that you actually broke out? Man, I am really dumb. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Let's submit it. So this is wrong, and I can even do that. That's better, I would say. So it's 2 milliseconds. Analyze complexity is going to be O of nk. O of n plus m. What the heck is m? You're considering m. They don't exactly say what is m is. But yeah. Wow. So if I go to space complexity, why is space complexity not coming up? I want this accepted here, buddy, and you can shut up. Okay, so memory here, analyze. This would be O of 1. It's still O of 1 because of the. It's wrong actually. It's O of k, where k is the number of words. That's what it is. So can ChatGPT say the right thing? What is the space complexity of this and why? Explain. Okay. I'm gonna move this out here and I'm just gonna open chat on my phone. I think that's much more easier to actually follow through. Cool. Space complexity is of n, where n is the length of text because split creating an array. Exactly. So if you avoid creating an array, and yeah, so that is something that I feel we don't want to do right away. I quickly want to, see how the quality of the stream is going. So I'm just gonna mute myself for a second. That's something that I feel we don't want to do right away. I'll move this out here and I'm just gonna open chat on my phone. I think that's much more easier to actually follow through. Cool. Space complexity is of n, where n is the length of text because split creating an array. Exactly. So Yeah, so I know for a fact that your this thing is gonna be from 0 to n, right? 0 to something, I think. Just quickly check my voice again. I'm gonna switch off my fan, test my voice to see exactly if this is what I want. Okay, the fan is switched off and there is no background noise right now, so hopefully this is better and it actually sounds good. Hopefully this is better, yeah. Okay, the fan is switched off and there is no background noise right now, so hopefully this is better and it actually sounds good. Hopefully this is better, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, the fan is switched off and there is no background noise right now, so hopefully this is better and it actually sounds good. Hopefully this is better, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe this is better now. Maybe this is better now and a lot crisper. Maybe this is better now. Maybe this is better now and a lot crisper. Yeah, this should be better, I think. We have a lot of gain now. Yeah, this should be better, I think. We have a lot of gain now. Okay, I think this is better. I'm just gonna keep continuing to work on this problem. Wait, why on earth did I close everything? Dude. Okay, so software, this thing, LeetCode, problem sets, and I was explicitly working on this guy, I think. Oh, this guy already solves. I mean, it's the same blind 75, but I just forked it out, so... No, there's somebody else's fork, I think. Because I want to solve it live on stream again. So status is not solved. And let's see if I pick one. It doesn't give me a problem that I actually can do. I can actually do this. Counting bits, given an integer and return an answer of length n plus 1, such that for each 0 to n inclusive, answer of I is a number of ones in the binary representation of 1 I. Okay. So if it's 2, you have 0, 1, 2. And for this particular thing, you would have, saying this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Wait. Acha. The number of ones is... Okay. So if it's 2 to the power of something, it has to be 1. Okay. If it's 2 to the power of something, it has to be 1. If it's 2 to the power of something minus 1, it has to be... Damn, I cannot easily say how many it has to be. Because I don't know where I am at in the iteration, right? I don't know where I am at right now. Okay. So, I believe one of the things we can start thinking about is what? Okay. We can simply do this thing, because if you look at a pattern, right, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do this. So this is 0. So we can hard code this because we know for a fact that this will be 0. Then there is 1, which we know for a fact this is to the power of something, to the power of 0. So it has to be 1. 2 is this. 4 is this, 8 is this, right? So every one of your jumps is gonna be this. 3 is basically 2 plus 1, and 3 is this. 5 is basically 3 plus 2. Wait, no. So I have to take the previous to the power of something, right? So 4 plus 1, which is 2, which is correct, 101. 6 has to be 4 plus 2. So 2, wait. So 6 can always be 5 plus 1, which is, no, this is correct, right? 6 is 110. I was thinking 111, which is 7. So in this case, it's going to be 2. And for 7, it's going to be 4. So whatever the previous, what is the previous to the power of something is, so it's going to be that plus 3. So 2 plus 1. Yeah, so that is what the answer is. So it's more like a dynamic problem where you solve from top down. I think we can also do a recursive solution because usually dynamic problem has a recursive solution. But in here, it seems like you can simply do, well, since I already figured out the top down approach, wait, this is the bottom up or the top down? I'm confused. Whatever approach it is the best one. It's gonna work. So awesome. Okay, we're just gonna get solving. Okay, so counting bits. So counting bits. Okay, did actually give the, yeah, so it gave this. Okay, so n can be 0. That's not a problem. It's very easy to come up with a solution with a runtime of n log n. Can you do it in linear time? Can you do it without a built-in function? N log n is a solution. Okay, but what we are doing is O of n, right? That is what we are doing. So int result, or let's say bit count, is this thing. So the only question here is, if n is 0, what happens? You still have one size, and that is going to be 0. So that's correct. So bit count of 0 is this. 1 is, okay, so we don't know if it's going to be 1 or not, and I don't want to do any checks. Sorry. Next power is going to be 1. Okay. For int I equals this. Yes, this is correct. If I is equal to next power, I don't know what to call next. Yeah, I'm just gonna say next power. So what can I say here? If this is this, I'm just gonna say bit counts of I is 1. And the next power is gonna be multiplied by, sorry, to the power of 2. Else bit count of let's say the previous power. Okay, so let's save this. So bit counts of previous power plus bit counts of I minus previous power. We can simply, say this is gonna be 1. It's pretty much it. And return bit counts. Okay, so if I just go up here, hopefully I didn't mess up anything. I did mess up something. What did I mess up? This has to be 0. That is what I messed up. Okay, so let's submit this. Notes, I'm just gonna write it myself. DP problem for power of 2 count equals 1. For anything else, count equals 1 plus count at greatest smaller power. Look at that. So the time complexity for this is going to be O of n. and space complexity is also going to be O of n, because depending on n, you're going to allocate so much of memory, right? So yeah. So cool, we have another down. Let's refresh. Hopefully 32. Good going till now. What was happening? Completed. Okay. Maximum subarray. Given the subarray, find the largest sum. So this here is a very famous algorithm called Cadence algorithm, and this here, which Cadence algorithm maximum subarray problem, is basically saying that in computer science there is also known as so yes, a simple single pass algorithm known as Cadence algorithm solves it efficiently. The question comes on how do we do it? Okay, so let's take an example. If you have figured out the O of n solution, try coding another solution that uses the divide and conquer approach, which is more subtle. Okay, I have never actually read the follow-up. That's a good one. First, I'll do this. Okay, first I'll do this. So you have this thing here, which says -2, 1, this thing, blah blah blah, and all of these things. So now the question here is subarray. What is a subarray? Non-empty. So for them it's explicitly non-empty, so we cannot go for empty subarray which can be 0, which means that if everything is negative, one of the negative numbers would become the largest sum available, right? So how do we do this? Cadence algorithm, how I think of it is very simple. The simplest thing that you can think of Cadence algorithm is that, okay, you have a number here. So at any given point, or at any given position, the maximum sum that you can achieve is whatever is the maximum sum for before that, plus the number itself or the number itself. So maximum sum of previous range plus the number itself or the number itself. It's either of these two. So this is what Cadence algorithms, and what we want to do here is so as a matter of fact, since it's non-empty, as you can see, the length is always going to be 1. So since the length is always going to be 1, what we can say here is that, okay, so this here will be -2, and then from here it is either -2, so right, previous one, right? So -2 plus 1, which is a -1, or 1. So 1 is going to be the maximum. Then comes -3, so -3 plus 1, which is going to be -2, or -3, so it's going to be -2. Then this is going to be 4 or 4, 2 or 4, so it's going to be this. This is going to be 3 or -1, 3. And while you go, you have to capture the maximum one. Okay, so this till now is the maximum thing. So then you have 2, which becomes 5. Then you have 6, which basically means that if you have positive, it's always going to go up, and if you have negative, depending on how much negativity and how much positive you have already accumulated before it, you would either go up or you would go down. And so that's why you make a decision that, okay, do I want to include that negative number in my series or not? Okay, that's basically what's happening behind the scene. So this is -5, so you can obviously take it because it's going to be my 1, and this is going to be 5, so 6 is going to be the answer. Hopefully 6 is the answer here. Okay, cool. So that's what the answer is. We can also check with this and see if that is correct. Similar thing. Previous, not range, my bad, sorry, it has to be previous number, but yeah. So here this is 5, then it's 9, so 8 or -1, which is bigger, 8, then you have 15, then you have 23, right? 5, 3, yeah, 23. So this is what Cadence algorithm is all about. Maximum subarray. I hope I'm playing NCS, man. How do I check the album that I'm playing right now? Okay, so it's still playing NCS. Okay. Okay, so int max sum is nums of 0, and our int max is this thing. So for int I equal this thing. Okay, so the current max is gonna be math.max nums of this thing. Yes, this is correct. So it's either the summation of the current number and the previous sum, previous max, or the current number itself. And math max is this, and that's pretty much it. And then you return the max. That is a simple algorithm for cadence algorithm. I'll go with cool. Pick one. Remove nth node from the end of the list. I hate this problem. I hate this problem. So this is another interesting problem where you have to my cat is looking for food and we have shift as his food and he doesn't understand where we have kept. Okay. So I'll just be back in a sec.
Of the sun, memories falling on concrete, leaving no behind. Now you swear to be my enemy, victim of your cards. I'm running in the dark, I venture into nothing. Gone into the night. Won't you come and hold my Master of the sun, master of the sun.
Okay, we are back. Yeah, so this should be good. Okay, so we are working for removing nth. I don't want to do it. I don't know why. Subtree of another subtree. Okay, let's do that. Chale chale, man. Hello. Charger crisis at home. Solved. Okay, cool. So, subtree of another tree. Given the roots of two binary trees, root and subroot, return true if the subroot is the subtree of root within the same structure and node of subroot. What? Given the roots of two binary trees, root and subroot, return true if there's a subtree of root with the same structure and the node values of subroot and otherwise. Okay, so basically this has to be a subtree of this one. आसान भाषा में यही है. आसान भाषा में समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा था, आपको अच्छा नहीं लगा. Anyways, okay, so subtree of another tree. So this is where what we can do here is, I feel, what you can do is, so how do I draw the tree? 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Where's 1, 2? Under 4. Is it a binary tree or anything? It's a binary tree, okay. And then here it is 4, 1, 2. 4, 1, 2. So one of the things we can always check for is, you know, if one of the things we can always check for is if at every single node, if this is the correct tree. If this is the correct tree, so we can go around every single node here. So O of n, and then if this is the height k, the maximum height k of this, so it would be O of n into k. Okay, that is what it is. The number of nodes is in the range of 2000, and the number of rows here is 1000. So let's say that it's a skewed tree, so it's 1000. So 2000 10 to the power 6. Yeah, that's not a huge number for whatever we are trying to achieve here, right? 10 to the power 6 operations we can go through. Not operations, sorry, those many iterations. I think we can do that. Yeah, specifically with 2000, 1000, yeah. So I think we can do it. So let's do that. Subtree of another tree. I think I solved it like this only before. Subtree of another tree. So this is this. Okay, so you need the tree node structure, and private static, this thing here. Oh. I wish I knew how to do multi-cursor in IntelliJ. I just don't. Okay, so the next thing that I do want to do here is next thing I want to do here is have a private boolean is subtree. This is root, and this is, so let's call it node 1, node 2. Okay. So if node 1 is null and node 2 is null, we return true. If either one of them are null, means that it's a false mark, right? So then I have to simply say is subtree node 1 dot left and node 2 dot left, and is subtree node 1 dot right, node 2 dot right. But I also need to cross check. Wait, that's the problem. Node 1 dot value equal to node 2 dot value, and return. Cool. So in here, what we can do is subtree this thing, but we also have to, you know, go for the left and right child. So how do we do that? Internal. If not, if this thing will return true. Otherwise, is subtree root dot left, that's correct, or right. Any one of them is a hit, we are hit. So that should be it. That should be it. cannot leave ref field. We have to of course say if root is null and sub root is null, return true. Then here return false. Then you of course check for this. Yeah. So you have to do the checks here. The problem here is that even if the one of them returns true or false, like if it returns false, we don't know whether it was for this condition where root is null and subroot is not null. So that's why we have to put this check twice. Otherwise, like maybe there's a different way to do this thing. But yeah. Canals. Joachim Karud, various other artists. Okay. Look at that. We're almost 50%. Is it not? Is it not? Okay, so let's see if it actually generates things. Traverse root at each node. If at each node, if values match, call this thing recursively. Check full. Yep, boy. Okay. Time complexity will be O of m into n, that's correct. And space complexity would be O of h, where it's the recursion height, max height of either of the two trees, okay? Cool. Okay, let's pick one. Meeting rooms, okay. Given an array of meeting rooms intervals where interval equal to start and end, return the minimum number of conference rooms required. Given an array of meeting rooms, meeting time intervals, where intervals is start and end, return the minimum number of conference rooms required. So in this particular case, I think 0 to 30. Yeah. So what if I say what if I say 7 to 10, 10 to 40? What happens now? You still need one. Okay, so it's exclusive. It's inclusive, right? So here, because if I just go and say this is 11, then you're gonna need two because you overlap. Yeah, now you're gonna need two. Cool. So, generally speaking, I think what we have to do here is we can get them sorted, but we can also extract out the information in two different places. So it's like this. So one of them is start time, 0, 5. One thing it says here, it doesn't say anything, so I cannot consider it to be sorted. So I can say 0, 5, 15. So these are the start times in sorted order, and the end times is 10, 20, 30. So I start from here, and because I already started this thing, right? Sorry. So I say empty is 0 and needed is 1. Okay, so I just start over right from there. So maybe I don't have to consider this, maybe I can consider this here, and this is the end time. So these are 2 pointers that I have on 2 arrays, right? So this starts at 5, which is less than 10. So I have to go and say if there's an empty empty room. Empty room is not there, so I'm going to just say total room needed is +1, and I'm going to move this here. So 15 is greater than 10, so let's first end one of the meetings. So let's move this pointer here now, and let's make this as, sorry, now this is less, so I move the other pointer around. So this is less, and because there's an empty room, I'm gonna keep I'm just gonna make it 0 and not make any change here. So how we are gonna do this is, I'm gonna have some dark chocolate, which hopefully is gonna, you know, enhance my brain. When start is less than n, when start is less than n, if empty is 0, total ++, else empty -. Else so start is great, so end is greater or equal to so we can simply say empty ++, and we move the start pointer here, and we move the end pointer here. That's pretty much it. And while loop can go and say that start is less than start array length. The reason behind that is it's already like a implicit thing that if the array is valid, I would first move out of the starting time array, and not out of the ending time array, right? That's usually how it is. So here itself you need two. So this is what we're gonna go with. Okay, so this is, I think, the solution, meeting rooms 2. So let's code it up quick. Any questions on how I approach this? Meeting rooms 2. Okay, so here itself I'm gonna say arrays dot what is it called in Java? Stream. So I stream over intervals dot map, and I'm gonna take individual of this array, and it's gonna say array of 0 dot sorted select to array. Can I do? No. But I can do to list. So list of integer. You know what? There is one thing here that okay, so this unboxing is very costly operation, and yeah, like I said, one day I want to explore flame graph sort of things. I don't know if there are flame graph sort of things for Java. If anybody's not aware what a flame graph is, flame graph is basically a performance thing. So flamegraph.com. Oh, I actually have to examples. So if I just go to examples here in images, yeah, so this is what a flame graph is. So this basically gives you a call stack and where exactly how much amount of time is being spent. Your program, how much amount of time is spending in certain stacks. That's all. Cool. So this is gonna be costly because it's unboxing, right? So what we can do, a very simple thing here is int start times is this thing and this thing. Okay, so let's extract this to length. Okay, for int this, well, we can simply go ahead and say int interval of intervals start time of, we actually need this thing here. So start times of I is this, and end times of this is this. Okay, now we can do an arrays of sort. End times, this is done now. So next thing what I want to do is int start equals 1, int total equal 1, int empty equal 0. Okay, so one thing I want to make sure, yeah, so it's at least one length. Okay, and int, and I don't think so, like I mentioned, we don't need that. So start less than length. So here what we're going to say is also not start, let's just say current. Well, we need it start, and this is end, which is going to be 0. So if start times of start is less than end times of end, if empty is equal to 0, so we have to say total plus plus, else empty minus minus, right? Because we need a new room, so if it's an empty we're going to use that, if not we need a new room. And else empty plus plus, okay, I didn't move the pointer, so start plus plus here and end plus plus in here, and we can simply run total. That should be it, hopefully. Class solution, let's go. That is correct. Awesome, that is correct. So let's quickly ask revision notes from this guy. Cool. Another one down. Super happy. 35 already done. 35 already done. So yeah, we're almost at the half. How much did we solve today, by the way? Two, 4, 6. Only 6. Let's see how many we can do. I wonder how my contest went. I don't think so. The thing came out right away, right? Claim secret, of course. Yeah. Oh, it didn't came up. This is the first time actually I could solve 4 out of 4. There were 2 easy problems if I remember correctly. There was 2 easy problems. And the third one is a giant pain in the ass where I really lost a lot of points, I felt. 4 times I had to do this. But yeah. Wait a second. 983? Wow. Some good score. I actually didn't see. 893, not 983. Yeah. I had some falls here. Some falls here. Then I gained again a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I think I've solved almost 1,000 problems now. Did I? Nah, I'm a little short. Okay. I'm a little short. Ah, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, secret problems. This is the one I think. Cool. Let's pick another one. The filter is stupid. Sorry. Longest repeating character replacement. I really don't want to solve this problem. I hate Windows replacement thingy. I hate it. Yeah, I already tried solving and this didn't work. I know for sure it didn't work. Oh, did it work? I'm pretty sure it didn't work. Aha. It gets a time limit exceeded right at 4. Okay. So the logic itself is wrong. So long as repeating character replacement. So you're given a string S and an integer K. You can choose any character of the string and change it to another uppercase character. You can perform this operation at most K times. Return the length of the longest substring containing the same letter you can get after performing the operations. Hmm. And 24 6 of good for okay. I want to take a quick break. I'm gonna make a call and be back. Yeah. Okay, we are back. We are back live. It's not muted. Okay, it's not muted. And we are back live. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, let's just get going. Okay. Let's do some more other problems today. What kind of problems? Some new problems. Divide two stuff and all that. Oh, there's a filter right here, that's why. Okay. I have never done Sudoku solver. I've never done nqueens. Nqueens, I think, is an NP hard problem. So here is this. Cool. Next is what? So remember yesterday I was doing some problems which my company asked, and I was seeing if I can solve them or not. And let's see. So I'm just gonna go all. Okay. So earliest possible day of bloom, full bloom, and that's a hard problem. Wow. Okay. Let's see. You have n flower seeds. Every seed must be planted before it can begin to grow, then bloom. The fuck does that mean? Every seed must be planted first before it can begin to grow, and then boom. Planting a seed takes time. So does the growth of a seed. You're given two index array, a plant time and a growth time of length each n. Okay. Is the number of full days it takes to plant the ith seed. Every day you can work on planting exactly one seed. You do not have to work on planting the same seed on consecutive days. But the planting of the seed is not complete until you have worked those many number of days on planting it in total. You do not have to work on you do not have to work on planting the same seed on consecutive days. Okay, so basically if something needs 2 days, you do not have to waste all 2 days. You can waste the first day, but you have to wait for the 2 days for your planting work to get completed. Okay, and grow time is the total number of days it takes after being complete. It takes the ith seed to grow. After the last day, the flower blooms and stays bloom forever. Sci-fi. From the beginning day of 0, you can plant the seeds in any order. Return the earliest possible day where all the seeds are blooming. Where all the seeds are blooming. Okay. So if I get this correct, so you have this. You have this where you can say that so this particular seed needs 1, 4, 3. So if it needs not plant time. So if I go in this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what's the maximum time a flower needs to bloom? Maximum time it needs to bloom is 3, 7, and then 4. So 7 days. Okay. So let's say I plant this guy on the first day, the 0th day. So I plant this. It's gonna first plantation will complete here, and the growth will continue till the next 2 days, and this is when it's gonna bloom. Okay, so the other thing now is the first one. So I can only plant one seed at a single day, right? So I can plant 4 or I mean 1 or 2 in here. अरे लाइट गिर जाए उसके पास में कर रहे. Okay, so I feel okay. So here, if I plant this tree, which is it was 1, it's gonna take 4 days, so it's gonna, complete plantation here, and then from here it will take more 3 days, so till 8. So if I expand this is fine. Okay, so now the other thing is, so I have to plant this here, and this 1 2 3 it's gonna come here, and it needs just 1 day. So a total of maximum 8 days is required for everything to bloom, but it's saying 9. Okay. Wait a second. So I cannot plant anything if it is not bloomed. I'm very confused with this problem. What agent? Can I explain better? I'm really not getting the gist of it. Explain this problem statement me in plain English. This one is twisted in my opinion. This one is damn fucking twisted. Not understanding anything. I'm still thinking what to say. Okay. I just saw you go inside with salad. इधर दो. नहीं मत करो उसको लगेगा. भाई मेरी अचानक फट गई. मैं बोला दरवाजा खुला है, अभी तो ये अंदर गई और ये उधर गया और दरवाजा खुला है. Okay, you have n seeds. For each seed, it needs a plant time to finish planting. After you finish planting it takes grow time. You can only do planting work on 1 seed per day. So 1 planting per day calendar. You may split a seed planting across non-consecutive days and switch between seeds. मतलब? So the second one needs a planting time of 2. So I do a little planting work. I do a little planting work then, but I can only plant in 1 day. Damn. This is who the fuck asked this question, man? Who the fuck asked this question? Hmm. So someone, so someone came to LeetCode, looked up this question. I don't know whether they used a random method, whether they used any sort of research method. I'm pretty sure there is no research method. Maybe they did it with topics. Maybe they did with something. But this question has been asked in Amazon and Visa for the last 2 months, for twice in the last 6 months. So someone came, they looked up this problem with certain filters, Amazon, hard, topics maybe, most likely, and came across this particular problem, which I cannot solve right now, I'm pretty sure. Even if I think hard, I don't know if I can solve it or not. And said, hey, solve this problem, which would give me a secret handshake saying if you are good enough to come work with me. Okay? This is what happened. Maybe the person solved. I feel sad for the person who would have solved this and join the team to realize the work is not this. The work is not this. So sorry for that person. Just sorry for that person. Easy problem. I want to first see all the discussions where anyways, coming to the point, what I feel the more intuitive solution here is that you have a grow time, and that is what I'm going to start with. So whatever takes more time to grow, I'm going to plan that first. Okay, I'm going to plan that first, is what I feel. So I'm going to plant this first. So it is 1 4, then you have 4 3, man, why can't my cat find food, dude? Yeah. Enjoy. Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna definitely solve that. I'm just gonna say pick one and let's see what comes. Okay. Split message based on limit. Okay. So you're given a string message and a positive integer limit. You must split the message into one or more parts based on limits. Okay. Easy resulting part should what? Each resulting part should have the suffix a/b, where b is to be replaced with a total number of parts, and a is to be replaced with the index of the. Okay, starting from 1 and going up to b. Okay. Okay. Additionally, the length of each resulting part, including its suffix, should be equal to limit. Length of each resulting part. Limit is 9. So we have to divide it based on limit. So okay. The suffix has to be something like that. And the resulting part should be formed such that when the suffix are removed and they're concatenated in order, they should be equal to the message. It is impossible to split messages required. Return an empty array. Additionally, the length of each resulting part, including its suffix, should be equal to limit. Okay. So basically, okay, you have to keep. So it is not about just splitting it where your message is a certain limit. You have to say that including the suffix part, that is your. Sorry, I hope that was not too loud. So including your suffix part is. So including the suffix part, which is angle brackets and then x out of total length or total number of parts, is gonna be equal to limit, and the last one will be equal to or less than limit. The bigger challenge here is that the suffix is gonna be dynamic because we don't know how many parts there are gonna be. So depending on that, the number of the number of characters would increase, and yeah, this thing would also increase, right? The question here is, how do you even kind of approach this problem? It's 10 to the power 4, which kind of gives a hint that okay, it will still go up till n square solution. Okay. Let's write it down and maybe something comes to mind. Okay, so this is a message. Yeah, so this is the message, and when we split it, it has to be certain characters along with this 1, 2, 3. So we, as a matter of fact, know कि 3 to hai, but then depending on the number of parts you split and the index, your message length would vary. How the fuck do you even think about it? You cannot split according to limit the entire message and then start thinking that okay, how many parts it's gonna be, because that's gonna be a problem. Who is messaging me now? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So what if it's also not gonna work. I cannot exactly split because these two are dynamic. So there are two dynamic parts here. One is this. One is this. That's the thing. Question here is what the fuck? Okay. So question here is hmm. The question here is how do I even start to approach this? Not even sure. So this is right. Like, okay, let's look at the first hint, I think. Could you solve the problem if you know how many digits the total number of parts has? Exactly, buddy. Exactly, I think. Could you solve the problem if you know how many digits the total number of parts has? Which means can we even try and figure that out? What is the length of this? Mm, 37. 37 by 9 is 411. That actually got up to 14 because of the fact that you have this kind of splits, right? Okay. Try all possible lengths of total number of parts and see if the string can be split such that a total... What? Try all possible length of total number of parts and see if the string can be split such that the total number of parts has that length. But what is a number? Binary search can be used for each part to find out the precise number of parts needed. Okay. Kind of makes sense. Sorry, kind of makes sense. But if I'm trying to do a binary search on this, if I'm trying to do a binary search on this, where's this? If I'm so from 1 to some number, right? Some number. So I can have a complete limit till some number, like these many number of. This is the length of the parts. Message length is again 10 to the power 4, which I think can go up to AlgoExpert solutions. Time frame. So this really is a very awesome message. So what you're trying to do here is you're gonna say that from 1 to a certain number is the length of the number of digits of that total parts that you will have, right? And for that, what we will have is you will have from 1 till that particular number, n, whatever it is, to actually spread it out. And yes, we can do a binary search where we can say that, oh, I cannot, fit everything together, so I need a little bit more things. So you can come to a precise. Can you come to a precise number? And this is really hard problem. What are the topics here? Binary search, enumeration, biweekly contest 91. Motherfucker asked this question in a contest and then somebody asked it in an interview. Somebody asked this question in an interview. And then they ask you to write CRUD operation and then you crib about why people leave. If you're dumb enough to ask somebody this question, give them a really fucking hard problem to solve. If you don't have a hard problem, don't ask a very hard problem to solve. Because if he's able to solve a hard problem, he'll be very fucking bored to listen to your crap all day and solve a very stupid problem. It's gonna leave. That's with every other company. Like, that's in generic I'm talking about. Whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm really not. I want to call it a day. It's already 11:40, and I think I've been streaming for almost 1 hour now, or probably more than that. I think almost 2 hours. I didn't solve anything new. That's really sad. So yeah, I just got a little. Like, I'm completely blank with this problem, honestly. I'm completely blank with the problem. I cannot even comprehend on how to start thinking about what you're gonna do. And it's not just a if it's possible or not, you have to generate this motherfucker. It's that. You have to generate this thing. There is no editorial also. Awesome. When was this bi-weekly contest 91? Didn't even start giving contests at that time, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Can I get a easier one to solve so that, you know, like at least I have a dopamine hit before I stop the stream and go for dinner. Best time to buy a stock 3. This is again a very, very dumbass problem where you have oh, you may complete at most 2 transactions. Yeah. So this again here, I think it went for a memory limit. Yeah, so first it went for a time limit time TLE, then it went for a memory limit exceeded, and the reason behind that is I was doing dynamic programming, but then I was doing cache, and then for the cache the key is quite heavy. So as you can see here, the key is quite heavy. So yeah, that's the problem, buddy. That's the problem. But let's see if we can think a little bit deep onto it. So you're given an array of prices where prices are for a given stock on a day. Find a maximum profit you can achieve. You can make complete at most 2 transactions. You may not engage in multiple transactions simultaneously. You must sell the stock before you buy again. Okay. So you have this. I feel the question here is, what if I buy on this day and I sell it at some point, right? So let's say I bought here and I sold it here, so there's no profit. I'm definitely going to sell it there. I'm going to sell it here, so I'm get two profit. If I do that, then I'm going to buy at 0 and I'm going to sell at 4, right? So that's going to be the ultimate diff curve, right? So it's going to be 4. So if I do a maximum 2 transactions, I'm going to gain a 6 rupees profit here, right? What if I didn't sell at 5? I will try and sell it to the next largest gap, right? So here the next largest gap is basically 4. So yeah, so you have 1 profit. So that is not a good one. So 6, I guess 6 is also the answer. Yeah, 6 is also the answer. Okay. So 3 minus 0 is the profit. Why 3 minus 0 and not 4 minus 0? You buy on day 4 and sell on day 6. And buy on day 7 and sell. Oh god, wait, what? Why can't I do this? So you have 2, and then here and here you have 4. What? Is that some sort of a dumbass solution that they have given? So what if I say there's code, right? So what if I said this is 1? So let's just, you know, duplicate this thing. This is 0. So this has to be 9, right? 5 plus 4, 9. Yeah. Now what? Where did your logic go? Went away. So as I mentioned, I tried to solve this problem before using this thing, but if I analyze the complexity, the time complexity is huge. The space complexity is huge, I think. Like, not from a complexity part also, the basic thing is that we are using a huge ass cache. Okay. Why does it not let me analyze space complexity in here? I don't know. Okay. But let's see how we can do this. Let's say you create a matrix. One transaction, 2 transactions. That's the maximum that you can do, right? If you don't do any transactions, you're not gonna have any profit, so I don't think so that's worth it. So here what you're gonna say is, so there are two options here. I'm gonna buy a stock here. So let's say I'm gonna buy a stock here, I'm gonna sell a stock here. I can only sell if I have bought it before. I just cannot sell it, right? I just cannot sell it. So let's say I take this as my buy, and I try to find out what is the maximum profit I can make. What is the maximum profit I can make if I sell? So from 3 to here, the maximum profit that I can make here is no, you know what? I'm gonna see after 3, is there a dip? If there's a dip, I'm gonna sell it right before. If there's a constant dip, I cannot sell it. But if there's a peak and then it drops, a dip basically, this is when I'm gonna sell it to the whatever the previous maximum value is. Okay, so my buy price is 3, and I start going from 3. So right now the maximum is 5, and the very first time I see something which is less than 3, so I'm immediately gonna say, hey, the profit that I can make in this particular position is 2. I'm gonna sell it right away, and I'm gonna say the buy price is 0. The problem here is I did a second transaction which is not as part of this one. So in here I'm only gonna concentrate on doing one transaction. Okay, so here if I just go over it, which is gonna be an n-square solution, which is 10 to the power 5, which is not fine. Okay, whatever. Whatever. But you know what? I can simply do a simple scan, and I can say, okay, let's buy at this price because this is what my starting is. So I start buying at this price, and I say, okay, this is 3. So the profit here I can make is 0. The profit here I can make is 2. The maximum profit is 2. It's at 0, so I'm going to change my buying price. And then it's 0, then it's 3, so maximum is 3 right now. Then maximum is 1, no, maximum is 4. Yeah. So the maximum profit I can make with the one transaction only is 4. We have to know what is the maximum profit that we can make with 2 transactions. I think that's the solution. That's how we are going to go about it, because this thing is going to be an offense. So we're going to separately figure out K1 and K2. So if we say K2 is this, how do we do it? We can say key we definitely cannot do an n-square solution, so I think it is again n log n, something like that. Yeah, n log n. So time complexity is again also important for solving these kind of problems, specifically during interview, because it kind of gives you a nudge towards like what kind of solutions can you look for, what kind of data structures or algorithms can you target. So n log n is basically a more sorting algorithm, binary search, heaps. So these kind of things will be helpful, right? These kind of things will be helpful. Sorry. So I feel we somehow have to gather the information that exactly where do I need to break this. So if you look at a graph, right, Your graph would be something like this, and then this till 5. But for the other one, it would be something like 0, 0, 3, 1, 4. It would be something like this. So it feels like you somehow have to find a local maxima and a local minima within a single range of going up and down. And within that range, if you try to do 2 transactions, boom, that should be it. Because if I scan through in this particular range, it's going to be 3, 5. In this particular range, it's going to be 0 and 3. And in this range, it's going to be 1 and 4. But I have to somehow merge 0 and 3 and 1 and 4, because definitely the correct answer is 0 and 4, right? I cannot have 2 transactions. 3 transactions. I can only have 2 transactions. So well, not 2 transaction, it has to be, oh, it says 2 transaction, right? Because there's also another problem which says 2, like k transactions. Yeah. Hmm. They keep talking about yeah, I don't know. What? Yes. Okay, back to the problem. Yeah, I think it's already 12. I'm gonna take a break today, and I'm gonna start with this problem tomorrow. I'm gonna start with this problem tomorrow for sure. And what does this say? Insert plain text. Yeah, I'm getting tired and very sleepy. And most importantly, I'm gonna have to have dinner now and then get to sleep tomorrow in office. So yeah, thank you so much for whoever joined. Today was a more lazy ass stream, not having full of energy and all of that. I'm really sorry. Sorry for that. And yeah, just gonna switch to my face here. Yeah. So, but yeah, I hope like a little bit of problems that we solved was actually helpful. Today my brain is just not working at that pace. I could have actually like the hard problems that I saw was definitely like I have to have a lot of thinking to actually Yeah, I have to have a lot of thinking to actually make things work, because yeah, I'm so tired right now. I really cannot think a lot. But saying that, I'm gonna put the repository link in the chat for anybody to, if anybody is interested in it. GitHub link is here. Okay, so if anybody is interested in this sort of thing, you can go there. Again, I will not definitely be taking up any pull requests because it's my own playground for learning. So yeah, if you find this thing useful, do leave a star. This is gonna be more like notes and things like that, which is can be used for algorithmic preparation, for fun, or simply for learning purpose or an interview purpose. I'm so sorry, I'm yawning a lot because I'm really sleepy today, and yeah, I'm gonna log off now. So thank you so much for whoever joined, and yeah, I'll see you soon tomorrow. Thank you.